Well, hey, my friends, and welcome back. It is great to see you again. Today, we're going to continue looking at how we can strengthen our faith and overcome our fears. Now, what I need you to do, because I want you to participate with this one, is I want you to grab a piece of money. No, I'm not going to tell you to send it to me. Just grab a piece of money. Doesn't matter if it's dollar bills or it doesn't matter if it's coins. But I want you to grab that money because that's what we're going to look at today. And I've got some of mine with me. This is about all I have actually in it. But here we go. So I have checked this out on a $100 bill. I have checked this out on a $10 bill. I have checked this out on a $1 bill. I have checked this out on a quarter. And I have checked this out on a penny as well. And all of these, since they're U.S. currency, all of these have a very important phrase on them. Do you know what that phrase is? You should have found it by now. That phrase that's on there is, "In God we trust." Most of you already know that. But so often we just forget that that phrase is actually on our money. It's either stamped on it or it's printed on it. And to me, that is an incredible reminder and just something that I have to pause and I have to say, am I trusting in God in this moment? A lot of people take these pennies and they don't see value in them. They throw them down or they leave them or things like that. But me, if I see a penny, I'll stop and I'll pick it up just simply to read that "In God we trust" and use that as a break to remind myself that I should be trusting in God. But trust is very difficult. It can be hard to trust someone that you don't know. It can be hard to trust somebody's plan that you don't fully understand. And just like all of these characters that we've been learning about and reading about in our Bible, today's character is the same. They had to make a choice on whether or not they were going to trust God's plan. Today we want to look at Mary, who becomes the mother of Jesus. Now you can read about her story over in Luke chapter 1. An angel visits Mary and gives her the news that she is going to be the mother of not just a baby, but she's going to be the mother of the baby that is going to save everyone. So Mary asks a very simple question. She says, "How can this be?" Now, behind that question, obviously there's some science in it because Mary was saying, "I'm not married. How can I have a baby? How can I have a child? And above and beyond that, how can I be the one that's going to raise the Savior of the world?" So the angel explained to Mary that this is all part of God's plan. And the amazing thing about Mary, we see in her character right here, is that Mary says, okay. You can read it for yourself. In Luke chapter 1, verse 38, Mary's response is just amazing. She says, "I am the Lord's servant, and may it be done as you have said." In other words, she is going to trust in God. The plan didn't make any sense to her, but she's trusting that God knows what He's doing and she doesn't want to stand in the way. So she's willing to go along with the plan because she trusts in God. You see, it reminds me of this image that I'm standing beside right here, where you can see the different progressions that we go through. Obviously, there's a lot of things that we can't do. You nor I, we can't do certain things. But when we trust in God and when we allow God to take control of our lives, we start to understand that through Him, all things are possible, right? Now, I want you, when you see some money, if you find a penny, I want you to pick it up. I want you to read that phrase, "In God we trust." And I want you to just pause and I want you to just ask yourself, am I trusting in God the way I need to? Because there's a lot of times when we have fears or we have worries because we're not trusting in God. When times get tough, when things are difficult, that's when we have to trust in God even more. You have to realize that just because you can't doesn't mean God can't. That's all for this time. I pray that you stay safe, take care, and God bless.
Thank you.